a different view from the Texas Health Commissioner. Federal investigators have been called out to the wastewater plant where 2 contractors died as firefighters recover the second body from a pool of sludge.
She used to have the kids with her homework sometimes.
An East El Paso community struggling to comprehend why someone would murder a loving and caring neighbor. Tonight, our first look at the alleged killer.
Tracking a cool front, I'll let you know if that'll affect your weekend temperatures. That's all coming up in Stormtrack Weather.
And spanking. Last night's episode of the ABC comedy Blackish has reignited the debate over how to discipline children. ABC-7 at 9 starts now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the El Paso Las Cruces CW.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on air and online at KVIA.com. I'm Stephanie Valle. New tonight, the Texas Health Commissioner thinks most hospitals can't handle Ebola patients. His announcement comes as officials confirm a 4th case of Ebola here in the United States. A doctor in New York who recently worked in the West African country of Guinea. El Paso health officials, though, say they're as ready as they can be. Texas Health Commissioner Dr. David Lakey spoke during a first ever hearing of the state task force addressing Ebola. He said the experience in Dallas shows not every hospital in the U.S. can cope with the virus.
The rest of the nation is looking at what we're doing here in Texas, what our lessons have learned after applying CDC's protocol, figuring out how they can improve that, and how that can be applied through the rest of the nation.
ABC-7 reached out to local hospitals for their response, but none could or were able to give comment.
They all have a basic minimum level of preparedness, and they've had since 2001, the 911 issue, when we had smallpox scares and anthrax scares, and the vestments that they need and the respirators, those have been in place since the anthrax scares.
The city's Department of Health director said to the media on Monday, all El Paso hospitals follow the CDC protocols for handling Ebola.
And I believe that was less than a week ago when the CDC comes out with new guidelines. We blast fax it to all the hospitals and over 500 physicians in El Paso.
Governor Rick Perry formed the task force once the Ebola case was confirmed in Dallas late last month. And 2 biocontainment treatment centers have since been established near Dallas and Houston. ABC-7 continues to learn more about the victim of a murder-suicide. Tonight, we're also getting our first look at the suspect. El Paso police say 30-year-old Frank Aparicio was found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound behind a store in the Lower Valley. Now, this mugshot is from a 2007 DWI arrest. Police say Aparicio shot a police officer, Mike Garcia, Monday night, then murdered 61-year-old Cecilia Diaz before killing himself. ABC-7's Darren Hunt spoke with Diaz's neighbors today.
She sounds like a very nice woman.
Oh, she was. Very caring of other people.
After speaking with her neighbors, it's apparent 61-year-old Cecilia Diaz was considered the angel of her East El Paso apartment complex. Diaz was a teacher's aide at Isleta Pre-K for a dozen years.
She used to have the kids with her homework sometimes. Yeah.
This cross equals heart symbol on Diaz's door is from Abundant Living Faith Center, where we have confirmed that she was a member of the congregation. Neighbors say she was a good Christian woman who would often be seen sitting here at this table in the mornings reading her Bible.
A spokeswoman for the church told me they have not been able to reach members of her family, but she said the pastors at Abundant Living are deeply sorry about what happened, and their hearts and prayers go out to Diaz's family. Diaz was found dead at a home in the 12,000 block of Saurasura early Tuesday morning.
When we had the floods, the water came into some other apartments down there, and she would offer to buy pizza or something for them. She was always looking out for everybody else.
The woman who Diaz helped did not want to appear on camera, but she told us Diaz had a place in her heart and time for everyone in need.
She was always singing, always praying, and when our other neighbor that lived over here, he was military, when he was deployed, she spent at least a good 15-20 minutes with him before he was deployed and prayed with him for him to be safe.
Are you confused about what happened here?
Very confused. Why? There was no reason for him to kill her. No reason what. She was not a threat to anybody. All I can say is that I know that she's in heaven now.
Darren Hunt, ABC-7.
At last check, Officer Garcia remains in stable condition at Del Sol Medical Center. And now let's switch gears now to Stormtrack Weather. Stormtrack Nicole Gomez is live with your first forecast. It was a beautiful day today, Nicole.
Another beautiful day and another beautiful evening. Let's take a look at our clouds and radar picture and show you what we are tracking across the borderland, which is not very much. As you can see, clear skies is what we're currently seeing on our radar picture here, and pretty much across the southwest. Our current temperature is just outside of the studio where we are at 71 degrees, and we hit a high today of 81 at Mattress Firm off Viscount, currently sitting at 72. 83 was the high today. Started out in the upper 50s, and our forecast high officially at the airport 80 degrees. As you can see, we were above average. Our normal temperature around this time of year 76 degrees. So it has been warmer, and those temperatures will continue to climb. We'll talk about that, and we're also going to talk about the upcoming changes to your weekend weather forecast. That's all coming up, Stephanie.
All right, Nicole, thank you. New at 9, the tenure of the El Paso ISD Board of Managers will come to an end next year. Today, Texas Education Commissioner Michael Williams announced the appointed board will only remain in place until May. That's when voters will elect 3 trustees. At that point, the governing of El Paso's largest school district will be handed back to elected trustees. The TEA ousted the Board of Trustees nearly 2 years ago in the wake of the cheating scandal that rocked the district. And ousting an elected school board is rare in Texas. The TEA's list of ousted boards includes Kendleton ISD back in the early 1990s, the Wilmer Hutchins School District in 2006, the North Forest ISD in 2008, El Paso ISD in December 2012, and Beaumont ISD just earlier this year. Recovery efforts have ended at the Roberto Bustamante wastewater treatment plant in El Paso's Lower Valley. It's been more than 24 hours since an industrial accident claimed the lives of 2 contractors. Today, firefighters recovered the body of the second worker. During a news conference today, El Paso Water Utilities said the men were trapped in a dry equipment locker while working on a pump. Federal investigators tell us the locker began to flood, and one of the workers jumped in to try to shut off the valve, but was trapped. A second worker went in to help and was also trapped. The bodies have been removed and turned over to El Paso police. The contractors worked for Cubic Water LLC. We've been doing some digging since our 6 p.m. newscast and learned the company has won at least 3 recent bids from the water utility. The number of cars affected by nationwide airbag recalls continues to grow. We'll hear from a car owner struggling to get a straight answer, and we'll tell you how you can get help if your car's on the list. Plus,
3, 2, 1, fire.
2 aerospace companies come together at Spaceport America, granting several families a wish that is out of this world. The story's only on ABC-7.
We are tracking changes to your forecast, cooler temperatures and stronger winds. Details coming up in Stormtrack Weather.
This is ABC-7 at 9, where news comes first.
You're watching ABC-7 at 9 on the El Paso Las Cruces CW with Stephanie Valle and Stormtrack Weather with Nicole Gomez.